Yo, Toby! Hey! Check her out! We're back on the Caprice. She's on the ground, completely. We also took some goodies out. The back seat's out. And we found a mouse house. And it stinks. But there's a couple details we missed when we did the air pressure. Well, I mean, the airbag system. And that was obviously the air gauge. You know, for the front and back to be able to see what kind of pressure we're running. Because I was missing the fittings. These ones that I already put on there. So now we can continue. And we also got to run our juices for the pressure switch and our kill switch power, and our switcheroonie needs to come up there. So we still got a little bit of work here. We got a little bit of work on something else later. So let's get this done right now. Just it stinks in here. Oh no.
Look at this.
Oh no. We found more under the front seat. There's gonna be like no insulation in this car left. Oh, what are these goodies? Some fuseroonies. We might need them later. Grandpa's just powering through, not messing around. So cleaning this puppy out here has now turned into stripping this whole interior. These seats are gonna come out. This flooring's gonna come out because it's got some ripperoonies. Not just because that, it's gonna stink from the mouse house back there. So that's gonna get replaced. And it'll make it easy to run our airlines from the back all the way up to the front, no problem. Because there'll be less stuff in the way. So it looks like there's just 2 bolts that hold this thing on with the seatbelt, which is weird. Kind of seems more like the seatbelt's too far in behind you. But anyhow, then this thing just flops out.
Oh, did you see that mouse run out of there, bud?
I didn't. Probably under the fucking front seat now,
Yeah,
isn't he?
he just went right under the front seat.
Well, he'll be running out the back here soon because we're about to take them out too. Look at what them little second letter of the alphabets did back here. They just destroyed it all. Man, why I oughta. Here I am. I'm trying to get the front seat out. And well, here's the buttons. Okay. I started flipping all the buttons with the key. I had the key on. I shut it off now. But, you know, I was hitting the buttons like I was a video gamer. You know what I mean? And it wasn't working. Kind of got upset. So then I started looking at this. I'd say spaghetti would be neater than this mess. We got wires wrapped around wires, small wires that shouldn't be in here. This is like a lamp cable, which you plug your lamp in with. Well, yeah, let me tell you. So I brought out the meter and I was like, well, here's one. I touched that to that. And then I touched it over here to one of these ones. Let me show you. Hear that? That beep. That means we got continuity from that line to that line. So this is literally our power to our seats. Right here. That's helpful, isn't it? So I guess I'm gonna put juice to this and try and flip these switches again. Alright, well, here's our rickety way to do it. I got some other ways to call it, but that's not nice. Oh my goodness, look at that. Look. It's going forward. Alright, so we're gonna go back. Get it out of the way so we get these front bolts first. Can you see it? And then we'll go forward and get the back ones. Floor, it's exiting the car. She is disappearing really fast. It's a 2-piece, which made it easy. Now the only part holding this back section in is my tools. You can see them spread out. and these seat belt buckles. So you gotta get them out, and this back half will come out. But it looks like there's some under here. Oh man, those aren't gonna be fun to get to. And then that should be it. Those and those. There goes the back half, no problem. Meh. It's a whole different car in here. There's so much room for activities, it's crazy. Holy cow. Dang. The dash cap came right out. Grandpa just pulled 2 screws and we pulled it right out. So now, look at what we're dealing with. This is what we're dealing with. Alright. We gotta get this section out, which we got an airbag we might blow something up with later. But main goal is we gotta get the steering column down. Get the rest of this out. I already started pulling this out and realized, man, it's been a while since I said anything to YouTubies. Now we got a floppy steering wheel. Floppy steering wheel. Pervert. Now get these bolts. And I think it's almost coming out. There's gotta be another bolt on this side somewhere. Well, things are going just great. Look at all this wiring we're trying to dig out of here. And, well, the hood cable's in my way. So the best solution I got is to break it. To break it out of there. Like this. You see it? Look. Look. Problem solved. Okay. Now what do we got over here? Some wiring. We could just put this wiring up here for now. What else is holding this? Something over here. Oh, just more wiring stuff. All right, so I think we're free now. Oh, heck yeah, look at that. Subwoofer wire? We don't need that no more. That's a goner. Actually, we might wire one in anyway, because I like subwoofers. Another beautiful, wonderful day. Look at it out there. Nice and sunny. Grandpa seems to not be here at the moment. It's kind of a little concerning, because I called him and went straight to voicemail, which is kind of weird. But I'll give it about 20 minutes. I'll call him back here in a minute. So we left off yesterday pretty much taking this stuff apart. I think for now we're kind of okay. I know we're going to delete on that airbag. That's going to say good bye-bye. The steering wheel, that's going to get changed too. That one. But we obviously need one until we get a new one. So my main goal here is to run our airlines through this hole, down around this little channel. It's a little dirty, I need to clean it out. All the way up here, you know, and around here-ish, out of the way. And maybe in the center or here, so I'm gonna leave a lot of line and we can cut it later. So we can figure out where our gauge will be later. But I at least want to get it hooked up so we can start seeing what's happening and zip tie it up. Because I kind of want to know what pressures we're at, you know. So at the same time I run them air lines all the way through that, I gotta run some wire for our shutoff switch that I was talking about earlier. This one. And then I got these fancy connectors, and I ain't never seen anything like these ones before. The one end is smaller than the other, so you could put a smaller wire to a bigger wire. Where have these been? What? I know a perfect spot where we're gonna need one of those. Come on, come over here with me. All right, this is our relay, which we got to mount up here somewhere, so we can hide all these ugly wires. And it's a little wire, but since I'm bringing it from here all the way up there into the dashboard, so we have a kill switch, and grounding it up there, I'm doing a little bigger wire. So, you know, it's perfect. Now I don't have to take this whole thing apart and make my whole new little clip to put in there, and that's a pain. It's not that bad, but I just saved 20 minutes is what I'm saying. All right, so, well, yeah, I got a line, 2 of them, and a ground. Ran all the way up here, and I had it over here, kind of close to the other gauges. So I was like, I better check. Let's look back here. And I'm like, holy cow, look at my airline. It barely reaches 1. So I gotta get way over here with the other. Oh well, so plan B. Plan B. Grandpa's a genius. This is why he's around. And this is why he helps me. Because he's got the experience, is what I'm saying. So what we're gonna do is take this back out. I gotta cut my zip ties. Or just that. And then we're gonna run it down the center. All the way into the back. Because you see that big open perfect hole? Yep. Mm-hmm. Alright, so we got our controller in here. And then now, oh, there's our power for our pressure switch.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Okay. And then what's next? The airlines?
Yep. Now, those can just go over the top and the tape right down the middle, right?
Yeah. Where'd it go?
I fucking started over because it went the wrong way.
And then here's our airlines and our ground. Alrighty, now that we have more spaghetti than the spaghetti we started with, I have this pretty decent sized, I don't know what, 5/8, 3/4 something, but if I just run this whoop, up into the dash up there and run it along this floor and up there, we just slice and dice that into the trunk, we're golden. You see? Do you see this? This is something similar to what I'm talking about. But what I need is some tape so I can hold it up here so everyone's not just squishing it with their feet all the time. You know, we got bolt holes we gotta stay away from. So, we gotta run it up there. It's looking really good though. I got my airlines, you know, one with a little designation on which one's which so I'm not confused. I got my switch ground. I got power for my controller right here. And then we also got power for our air pressure switch. It's all coming together. Now if you come back here, you can see, look, there's the same hose. What? No way. So I can figure out which one I want to use, front and back. Then I gotta replace this wire because I don't like that one. My ground needs to go to my new ground. I want a new connection there. It's coming together. Oh, it's looking really good. I'm getting pretty pleased. Bunch of boring wire connections connected. So the relay's all wired up back here. It's looking really good. I got our airlines poked in back here. And I think I put the red one. Yep, the red one is on the front. The other one's on the back, obviously. So now we ran all the way up here. And, well, we might as well throw a pressure gauge on the end, right? Why not? We don't exactly have a home for it yet, which I was hoping to have it kind of close to the other gauges, but the other gauges kind of depend on where that's going to be. But I ultimately think it's going to end up right in between these two heater vents. So that's what we're gonna plan for. Kind of gonna zip tie this thing up here, let it dangle, you know. The gauge popped right in, and by the diagram, I don't know if you can read that, it says the green needle, which I don't know if you could tell is in the front. So I figured I might as well put the needle on the front for the front and the needle for the back for the back. I don't know if it's good thinking or not, but you know, it might work. So now we just pretty much got to give her power again and play with it again. All right, well, I've been in here for like a while. Man, I've gone mad several times. You can see the mess I have going on here. All right, so here we are. We got our on-off switch for the whole system, minus the key, which I got that ground, ran down here to the rest of the grounds on the body. This is my power to the switch to this thing, you know. But to get that, man, I've been studying this fuse block, let me tell you, and their language on here is confusing. So what I did is I took out the radio fuse, because we don't have radio at the moment, so it's not a big deal for me, and I'll just maybe figure out that later. Anywho, so this is my power to the pressure switch. They gave me a little extend fuse. Well, so I stuck this fuse in the one side that gave me power, and what I'm thinking I'm gonna do is take my switch to that puppy right there. Bam. I know it's a little weird, but it's gonna have to work because that's the situation I got until I can find another key power in this situation that I don't need, which they're all kind of necessary. You don't want to do your lights or your dimmers, your tail lights. This is like a VAT system, you know, your cranker. Oh man, there's so many. You don't want to lose the AC. The ABSs, they don't work. But I need a little thing for that anywho, which I might run that on the ABS anyway. Take that fuse out, because that'll be this fuse right there, and then I could just boop that wire, because it has a fuse down here, right here, if you could see that we don't really need it. And well, it's not because I don't like ABS, but somebody has already cut half the system out under the front end anyway, so it's just not there. So why waste the juice is what I'm saying. But man, do I need a break, because my mind has been spaghettied like this wire, and I need to take a warm snack break and unspaghetti it. Whole nother day here. It's a little chilly. You can hear the heater in the background, but I did a little bit just like a minute ago. So now what we got is we hit the key. We got the juiceroonies. We should have the juiceroonie through our second fuse, because I just went and got another one. Did the same thing as we did with the pressure switch. I just went ahead, took it, and put it in the ABS slot, which the ABS isn't even being used, like I said earlier, because it's broke it. So now when you come in here, this is, you just flip this switch and we got juicy. You hear it? Boom, baby. Now it's just gonna fill up. And we can actually do an official test to see if she'll stay aired up, because, well, you know, the lines I had on the gauges is all bent back and forth. It's not gonna hold very good. So, let's let this sucker air up for a second. We'll play with the switch a little bit, and we'll do some front alignment stuff, because that's what we got left. Man, I'll tell you, that one air compressor, it takes its time, is what I'm saying, but we're finally, you don't hear it anymore. So, let's Play with this puppy, lift up this front. Yeah. Oh, this is too much fun for me. Dang, look how tall is that. Shoot, they put that rear end way in the air. Look at that gapperoonie. Oh, look at the front too. We got a pretty good gap up there. I'm glad it came up. Looks like we're leaking something. Probably power steering because it looks like it's right under the gearbox. Great. That's gonna be fun to replace. But anywho, we got her high enough now we can get the jack under it. And put her on some stands. And do this, well, yeah, some jack stands so we can do the steering. I need to get the jack under here, so I need more. Alright, let me see. Wheels off, jack stands in, and we got our nice little tool from the TMR that I bought. That's not a sponsor. But anywho, we got our taping measures. And holy cow, look at this. We got 65 and 7/8. And then the back side we got 63 and 9/16. That is way off. So we're gonna loosen up our tie rods and spin them in. I don't know if you could tell, we went back and forth like a bunch of times. I didn't really record it because it's boring to see me just go back and forth. But anyway, check her out. We're dang within reason of where I'd like to be. I don't know if you guys can read the measurements. But that's too many numbers for me to read, so I can see it within the lines is where I want to be. So I'm gonna run it, and I'm gonna hopefully not wear these tires out real fast. But you know, I did the limo this way, and the limo does really good. The Lincoln log, check that video out if you haven't watched the Lincoln log videos. But we're on the Caprice, so now I think we tighten down our straps, put our wheels back on, drop that sucker down, see how much further down we go. Made her back on the ground. It's looking all right, but I don't know, this might be my eyeball. This one looks like it's still a little. This one looks good though. But like I said, my eyes might be doing funny things. So nothing like just to test her out, see what she does. Touch that sucker from in there. But we do have the back end up still, so that's like, gosh dang, look at them wheel, man. Woo! Let's see it go back up. Let's go back up. Can't help it. Let's go back up. Boom! Quick as can be. That 200 PSI air pressure switch definitely did wonders, man. I like it. Now the only thing we got left on the airbag system is to leave her overnight. and make sure she stays aired up, otherwise we got a leak and we gotta fix it. But I think we're good. One thing that we didn't do is we never checked the gauge. What are we running at? Holy cow! Nice! We got about 88 pounds in the front and about 78 in the rear. Wow! So the front can go down a little and the back might be able to come up. I don't know. It might be just fine. We gotta drive it and see, really. Man, that's awesome. Do you see the needles doing their own thing? Oh man, they're all over the place. So it definitely says we did something right, is what I'm saying. This thing is just too neat to me. I can't wait to do the next one, and that's coming soon. Man, it's the next morning. Came out here to look, and it's still aired up. So I'm about to take a tapey measure, and we're gonna measure and see how far we dropped. No way. No. It's exactly where I left it. No way. Are you kidding me? Where are we? No way. 28. Right where we left it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, we didn't drop a bit. We got lucky. I don't know how we ended up that lucky with how many times I took that apart. Is what I'm saying. So with that, I'm gonna have to wrap this video up. So I thank you guys for watching. Come back next week, like, subscribe, and comment.